Good afternoon and welcome to a special edition of the Greenbridge Community Housing Podcast. We're joined today by Monty Panesar, the cricketer. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Do you know how long we've waited, Monty, to get you in this seat?
Absolutely. You were chasing me down and you were persistent. You never gave up, and I thought I might as well come onto your podcast then.
Thank you. Tell us your earliest memory of cricket.
Yeah, it's probably when we had the Cricket World Cup here in, Wardown Park, when we were England, West Indies, Pakistan, India, and nice integration of cricketers. And Gordon Greenwich, who played for West Indies at the time, came here as a special guest. And he asked, I just remember speaking to him and I was in awe of him. And never I thought in wildest dreams I'll be a cricketer like that, where I'll be taking autographs, speaking to people and stuff like this. So that memory serves me well because now when I meet people, it reminds me of when I met Gordon Greenwich when I was a 10-year-old, and now how I saw him as this, greatest batsman, one of the greatest at that time. And, people kind of see you in that way and you give your time back and give them, something back to the fans,
What's the best part about giving back to the fans?
I think the best part is making them happy. I think it's all about making their life positive. They can get something, take something away, enhance their own lives, give them some sort of positivity, happiness, a bit of, like, how the sun shines and it touches, everyone.
Yeah.
In that sort of way, if I see a cricket fan or anyone, if I can touch them in any sort of way, which is positive in their life, then I think, I've kind of done my job.
With regard to cricket, was there any other sports that you were interested in before cricket?
Yeah, like I was a good cross-country runner.
Oh,
Yeah, I did really well at county level. I was quite good at rugby. Football, I was quite good at as well. Basketball, I really enjoyed. So I was quite a bit of a multi-sports, kid.
yeah.
But then cricket really took off for me because, we had a local club called Luton Town Indians. Obviously, Luton Indians at the time amalgamated with Luton Town to call Luton Town Indians. And they were passionate, passionate club members. Hutu Naik, who was my first coach at Luton Indians. And just, the passion of the club was that they want one cricketer to make it to and play for England, be this, just something to put the club on the map. And somehow I was that youngster at the time. Somehow got through the ranks, yeah.
What was your first call up? How old were you?
Yeah, like I remember, under 12s, maybe age group cricket when we went for a trial at Bedford Modern. I got into the team and I thought, well, I'm going to start taking this seriously. The real call up, probably serious one, was minor counters at the age of 16, playing men's cricket. Played at, obviously, at Wardown Park against Cambridgeshire, about 30 overs, 275. And at the time...
Sorry, what does that mean?
That means I bowled I've taken 2 wickets, 75 runs, right. 30 overs.
Okay.
And our slip was Wayne Larkins. He's obviously, not with us at that,
Yeah.
God bless him. He said to me, "You'll play for England," because you remind me of the great Bisham Beatty. He used to play for India. He used to play for Northants as well, Wayne Larkins. And so I was very lucky. I had this positive people around me, already mapping up my vision, already telling me that I can go to the top. And probably you sabotage your own belief, don't you? You kind of think, can I really get there when everyone else believes you can? But it makes a big difference from a young age. If people can see something special in you and they encourage it and they say it, then you start following that dream.
How were your parents around with regard to you playing cricket? Were they happy for you to follow that path? Was there some resistance, as it were?
No, they were very happy. They were happy that I played cricket. They were happy that I was active. I was out and about. Not getting myself into any other sort of trouble.
Yeah.
And also, I think the importance of education as well. They said, well, if you don't make it, then you've got something to fall back onto. So they always encouraged me to do that. And they always wanted me to get a good job, get somewhere where you're not working like how my parents were, And when they first came here, their father used to work at the Vauxhall factory. He didn't want us to follow that sort of path. He wants us to have a nice, clean job and somewhere we're working in an office and, it's nice. So that was their obviously kind of dream, but I obviously had other plans. I wanted to be a cricketer. I found left arm spin bowling easy to bowl, and I just kept on persisting with that, which I think my parents, at the time, gave me the license or the backing to go and follow your dreams, you know. And sometimes some parents are not like that. Some parents
No.
want their children to become doctors, lawyers, accountants,
Mm.
and they're persistent in that. While my parents saw, you know, there's a talent in me, which was bowling, and they let me follow my dream.
Did mum and dad turn up to games?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did
Matches, I
occasionally.
should say.
Yeah, matches they did occasionally. They came up. They watched the games. I remember one particular game where I took 7 for 35 when I was a 15-year-old against Worcestershire under 15s at the Royal Grammar School, and they turned up. We had a Vauxhall Carlton at the time, a maroon color, and my dad drove me up, and you know, had brown interior.
I remember it well.
Yeah, a 2 liter, which I'm sure just everyone's dream at the time to have. And yeah, my father took me there. My parents watched, and I won the game. You know, we were a minor county team, which we beat a first class team at the age of 15. Played against Worcestershire under 15. So that was a big moment for me, and that's when I kind of realised maybe I can maybe get to the top.
So at the age of 15, you thought, I can do what everyone else says I can do.
Yeah, then the belief starts coming in. If your performance is back what people say, that confidence, that belief can become stronger. It's about the action matching what people are saying. Then you suddenly start believing in yourself, and then both of that started to correlate. And I thought, yeah, I can make it to the top.
Were there any pitfalls?
Pitfalls. I probably would say, I wish I was a bit more athletic. I just bowled endlessly, just bowling, bowling, bowling. I wish I did more batting, more
Right.
fielding. I worked maybe more as an all rounder. Wish I had a personal trainer, which would have helped my fitness. And a lot of sports people do that now.
Mm.
But I just focused on one skill. I wish I did other stuff as well. So then I probably would have been a bit more versatile. But that one skill, served me well.
So with regard to matches, you're still playing?
Yeah, still playing. I still play club cricket. Still play these Legends leagues around the world, and that keeps me busy. And fans love it. They still love watching their sort of heroes play, and there's a demand for that still. So these leagues are very popular. And yeah, I'm doing some commentary work as well now. Do a lot of charity stuff, do a bit of TV work as well. So yeah, I'm very busy at the moment.
With regard to the commentary, do you enjoy that?
Yeah, I think the thing is, if you're not playing, the second best thing is talking about the game.
Exactly.
And when you're there, you talk about it. You're so absorbed in the moment that you kind of feel like you're part of the game. And then when the
Right.
game finishes, you kind of think, actually, you're not. You're just commentating. But I love it. I absolutely love it.
So how did you get the call up to commentate? Was it something you put yourself forward for? Did
Yeah.
they contact you?
Well, I actually went to uni. I did a master's in sports journalism at St Mary's University. So I took, if I want to take that career seriously,
Yeah.
I must go to university. I know, and went back as a mature student with all the other 25-year-olds there.
And how old were you at the time?
40. Yeah, and you think I'm 35, but I'm 43 at the moment. So you're my best cheerleader.
He's never going to let me think.
Yeah, my biggest cheerleader. I take you everywhere I go now.
No, you can indeed. You can indeed. I'm sure they would allow me to go with you.
Yeah.
I did a similar thing with regard to my career when I was 40.
Yeah.
I thought I went to a fitness class and I thought I could do that job. Okay, I'm going to do it. So I just took 3 years out.
Oh, brilliant.
Went back. And you're like the mum. I'm like the mum of every group I go to.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
It was the best thing I ever done. So Ash and Bev, if you're watching, thank you for everything. They taught me. They were the best tutors. They gave the best advice. They never tired of you going, so how does that muscle fit to that? They never said, oh, you asked me that last week. It was always, okay, let's sit down, let's draw it, let's work through it. So it's always nice to recognise those positive people in your life. Who's your positive role model?
Yeah, look, my mom's been a big, advocate. She's, like
you get a nice dinner now. You've said that.
Yeah, I know, and obviously, I'll get a good Christmas present as well. So we've got to say good things about others,
of course.
But yeah, she's been probably, she's been there for my ups and my downs, and mothers are like, they like just take so much burden, don't they? And yeah, she's done a lot for me, and she's helped me through my career, and she's like really been there. My coach at Hitu Nayak, he's all my cricket coaches as well along the way, along the journeys. David Mercer at Bedfordshire. Then we had Northants, John Embry, Nick Cook, David Capel. I went to the England team. Then there was Duncan Fletcher, Peter Moores, Andy Flower, Mushtaq Ahmed, David Parsons. These are all sort of loads of coaches, who helped shape my career. So there's a lot of people out there, and you need good guidance. Obviously, my life coach Dave Pastutes, he's not here with us. So obviously, he's passed away as well. So he was a big influence on me. Taught me a lot about life, taught about discipline and stuff like that. So I think to get anywhere on the top, you need a healthy group of people surrounding you to get you to help you and make you the best you can be.
With regard to the life coach, because that's my other job, that's what I do in the evening. What was special about your life coach?
He talked about what's the equation of life, and I said, well,
what was it?
50% physical, 50% mental. But he goes, no, it's 90% mental. Like you can, look fabulous like me at the age of 34 when I'm 44. So I mean, go to the gym, right? Be a fitness freak. But if you're mentally not strong, that kind of stuff, you can sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
And it's a famous, poem, when you man in the mirror, you look yourself in the mirror when you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. There's no parents, there's no husband, there's no your life partner, your children, or anyone there, your loved ones around you. It's you and the mirror. Are you true to that person in the mirror? Or are you lying to that person? That's your biggest fight, and that is all about the mental state. If you're mentally strong, if you're mentally got the resilience to go through the bad days and the good days, got the the willpower to get up and crack on with life, then you're in a good mental place. And it's about being true to yourself, which is a hard thing to do because you may be feeling crap. You get up in the morning, you think the sky looks purple, but who do I tell this? Everyone's thinking I need to go to the funny farm. You know what I mean? I'm mad or something like that. But it's the reality. If you've got some good friends around you, you can speak to them about that, which is great. And my life coach was brilliant. He just made sure I didn't get led into any other distractions, any sidetrack conversations, positive language, positive talk wasn't overdone by people sometimes just keep talking and talking about their emotions, about how their day's been, and that can be quite a sidetrack for you. You just want to be focusing on what's happening with you. So language is very important. What you say to yourself.
Yes.
If I say to myself, I'm crap, I'm not good, I'm not great, look, my ears are closer to yours. I'm going to hear it first.
Yeah.
My subconscious is going to start believing it. You got to say positive affirmations to yourself. You got to think, I'm great, I'm the best, I'm amazing, I'm a fitness guy, I'm this, I'm the positive, I'm powerful, I'm strong. No one's better than me. I am the best. These are the positive affirmations you got to teach yourself.
Yeah.
And the belief starts coming in. So positive talk about yourself is so important.
And do you have that conversation as soon as you wake up with yourself every day?
Well, I do a lot of meditation. I think meditation helps to ground me.
Yeah.
And it helps to clear all these thousand thoughts until all the thoughts are gone away. So you've got to do that work on yourself.
Yeah.
And to work on yourself is in isolation. You could be alone or you enjoy your loneliness. You enjoy your own company. It's about loving yourself, self-love. It's about, I enjoy being things by myself. I can gain energy in my own company. And then, you start developing, a power within, which is making your willpower strong. So then when you have the resilience, when you're playing a game of cricket and you need that resilience, that perseverance, you've got the strength inside to go through that. And you're not relying on external people. You're not dependent on anyone, right? We come alone, we die alone. In between, you've got to be strong enough to live alone as well.
Yeah. And do you find, because you're so much in the public eye, do you find that difficult?
At times it's a blessing and a curse, because at times it's great, you're helping people. Then there's other times people want your time, talk about some sort of business idea, and all they want is to sit down and meet you and have a coffee. They got nothing concrete.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of your time. And that's where, early on you think, I don't want to miss out on an opportunity. But now you just filter it. You think, look, if someone is serious about something, let's talk. If you're not, then let me just crack on with my own day. But people just want something to sit with you because you're a well-known person and have a cup of coffee, and that's it. And I'm like, I've got a lot of other things to do. Apart, if I start pleasing everyone to just have a coffee so they can meet me for 5 to 10 minutes, I wouldn't get anything done. And that's why I have an agent in place and everything, filter the information. People are serious, go and speak to my agent. My agent will contact me, and then we'll, go through the process. And 9 times out of 10, they don't bother turning up,
Oh, really?
because they're not like, serious. They haven't got anything serious to talk about. All they want to do is just probably, have you on a contact book, and that's it. And that's a difficulty for me,
Right.
and I've seen it with all the great superstars and the great sportsmen, how they conduct themselves. Their time is precious.
Yes.
I have a rule. If I have a meeting, it's only an hour. Within the hour, we'll have an outcome. And if you don't have an outcome, I'll give you a bit more time. And that's it. These are the important things I try and do, because your time is very important, very precious.
It is.
If I keep giving out my energy, I'm going to feel drained. That's why I go to the gym, meditation, in isolation. People ask me, a lot of people say, I can't just sit in isolation. You've got to learn to do that. You have to learn to do that. You have to love yourself.
Yeah.
You have to find a way of energizing yourself, where then when you meet people, they feel energized.
So with regard to Greenbridge and you, how do you see any correlation? Do you see how you can possibly interact with us as a company, with our service users? As we discussed prior to the podcast, 90% of those are male. What's the message that you would give to our service users?
Yeah, look, I say, sometimes it's hard. It's hard to talk about what's happening in your life, right?
Yeah.
And when people look at inspiration, sporting figures, it gives them energy, gives them positivity. Like I would look at Dwayne Johnson, for example, his gym routines. It gives me positivity, and I'm sure the way my cricket world is, it gives people positivity as well. And talking about your own state, how you are, whatever, it's difficult for guys, And loneliness is the breeding ground of mental health issues. So one minute I'm talking about I'm in a hypocrite, all right? One minute I'm saying you got to learn to be alone.
Yeah.
When you're in a good place.
Yeah.
But when you're in a bad place, it's the worst place to be. I've had friends, this year committed suicide, which opened my eyes. I obviously follow my faith, which is Sikhism. I had people in the Sikh community, who committed suicide, but they sugarcoated it. You ask them how you are. I'm so there, great. It's a great place, isn't it? God has made this world a beautiful place. Have a look at this. The scenery is beautiful. The people around are beautiful. You're absolutely right. The creation of God is beautiful. People of faith start talking like this because they sugarcoat what's happening inside. So now it's we get a little bit complacent. We thought, it's only people who maybe are using alcohol or doing long hours or on medication. It affects everyone.
That's right.
It is affecting everyone. It's affecting even people of faith now, like I talked about.
Yeah.
And we're so clever, the human mind, we can sugarcoat it by the language we speak. And we can be so positive outwardly because you don't want anyone to face what's happening inside. And suddenly they'll do something and you think, wow, and that's what I'm saying to people, reach out to here, to this charity, to get support, get that help. It's so, so important. Don't be shy of it because it's important to talk.
And you seem to do that really well.
Thank you. I'm young. I talk well. I think you're my biggest cheerleader. Every event I go to, you're coming with me.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sure we've got the budget for that.
Yeah.
What's the future looking like for Monty Panesar?
Yeah, the future's been, really interesting for me. I had to reinvent myself. Like I said, went to uni and stuff. So I want to become a sports journalist, work as a presenter, go into the commentary world. It'll be nice to have my own article, that I used to have, but then sometimes, things change.
Yeah.
Work, be a radio presenter, maybe work on Talk Sport, go on Sky Sports Cricket, and become a overall, sports journalist, doing presenting work, maybe have my own chat show on TV, that competes with Jonathan Ross and Graham Norton, called Monty Meets, and my first guest, might as well have Beyonce on there. Why not? Why not?
She's my biggest idol.
She's your biggest idol. There you go. So if I had Beyonce there,
on the show.
Absolutely, I'll give you VIP tickets. You'll be the first one there.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Front row and centre.
Exactly.
Lovely. It's been great having you on. It's been really inspiring, and I know that the office are all in awe. And they've just said to me out there, "How did you get him in here?" I'm just that good.
See, it's all about Jackie.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I look forward to having you back on sometime soon.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you so much. Thank you.